కష్టమా?
కష్టం
వెళ్ళాను.
టెక్స్ట్ కాన్ఫిడెన్షియల్ అది తీసేసి మీరు రాసేయండి సార్. మీకు ఏది కావాలంటే
తీసేయాలిగా ఫస్ట్.
రాయండి సార్.
మళ్ళీ అది పడుతుంది.
అప్లై కొట్టలేదు సార్ మీరు. అప్లై డౌన్ అప్లై.
Yes, good morning to one and all. Please mute yourself. All of you, please mute yourself.
హలో అదే మీరు అట్లా అనుకుంటున్నారు.
Yes, all participants, it's a very good morning to one and all. In the Bootstrap for the second session. Today's topic called images and then remaining continuation. List and then Jumbotrons for the morning session. Yes, is it clear? It might be it's a clear my voice, all of you. Is there any disturbance? Please let me know. Is it audible?
Yes, it's audible.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, now today's session for the images. How to insert the image using Bootstrap in the home page, that is web page. Actually, in HTML, we can using the tag called image src file. There it can be using only the image. Okay, thank you. Now here in using Bootstrap classes, it can be
Not audible, madam.
okay. Yes. Actually, today I want to discuss the images, how to insert the image using the Bootstrap classes. So, this option is available in HTML also, but in the HTML, the image, it can be inserted only the sizes increasing or decreasing, that is height and then width, it can be increased or decreased. So it cannot be changed any it cannot be changed like circular and thumbnail and then rounded corner. These are all not available in the HTML. So that tag everything will be the same. Image tag in the that is for in the tag called image and then src is equal to that is source file name, and then remaining attributes are there in the HTML. Height and then width, alternative message, these are all the same. But the main advantage for using the Bootstrap images, the images are displaying in different shapes. That's the reason go for the Bootstrap. So here, three types of images are available. Okay, rounded corner, that is called when the image, it can be corners are rounded, and then circle, the image can be displayed like this in the circle format, and then thumbnail is nothing but just it's nothing but a square root. Okay. These are all the different shapes of the images. Each and everything rounded corner, it's having one class. Circle, I want to display the image as a circle. It's a one class. Thumbnail purpose as a one class. Here, three classes are using for displaying the images. First, I want to explain the rounded corner image. So here using the class name called dot image hyphen rounded. This is one of the class name. Add the rounded corner to the image. So whenever you are using this class name, image hyphen round class name, then the image it can be round, that is nothing but corners surrounded. And then this is the syntax for using the image and then src. This is the file name. Whatever you are using the file name, always the bootstrap you are using class name is important. And here using the class, this is very important in the bootstrap. The class name must and should you have to declare in the image tag. This is one of the attribute, image hyphen rounded. Now the class name you are used, and then this is AILT means alternative message. If the message is not displayed, then automatically display this alternative message. The alternative message, it can be write anything, not for the, it can be displayed anything. Okay. So for example, this is the syntax you are writing. And then here, the same thing, it can be write my example, image, src, that is for the source file name. src is nothing but source. And then this is for the, I am using a file name called lights. My image file name called lights.jpg. The JPG is the extension of the image file. And then this is the class. Class is equal to image hyphen rounded. This is the most important thing while using the bootstrap image. And then here class something it can be write or say for example, if you want to write change the name here, and then so image not display. If you want to write anything, it can be write like this. The message is for anything. Okay, this is for if the message is not displayed properly, then automatically display the alternative message. That's the reason it can be using the AILT attribute. Image tag, these are all the different attributes. One of the attribute called class. The class, the syntax is called image rounded. Whenever using this class, it's automatically the corner can be rounded. So this is the first one in the bootstrap. Then go for the second one, circle. That is the image displayed in the circle. That is rounded shape. Image can be displayed in the rounded shape. And whenever I want to display the image rounded shape, that I am using the class called dot image hyphen circle. Using this image, the shape of the image to a circle. The same thing here, the syntax image src file name.jpg class is equal to image hyphen circle, and then it can be write any alternative message. Here the important thing is for class. Previous one is for the image rounded. Second one class image circle. Okay. Using the image circle class, the image can be displayed as a circle. Same thing, the same image I want to display as a circle. Alternative message, it can be write anything. These are all the main attributes. SRC is important, and then class attribute is important. These are all mandatory attributes. This, if you want to require, you can write. If you don't want to write, you don't want to use this alternative message. This is one of the attributes. Whenever it's necessary, it can be using. Right. And then third one, thumbnail. The thumbnail is a shape into the image to the thumbnail. That is exactly it can be displayed. Square representation. The same thing, class image hyphen thumbnail. Image hyphen thumbnail. So image SRC, the same syntax, only it can be modified as a image thumbnail. Okay, and then this is the syntax, this is the example. Using, yes, now remember all of you, here class name is important thing, rounded plus image, and then the second one is the rounded, so that is circle, and then third one for the thumbnail. Image hyphen thumbnail, image hyphen circle, image hyphen thumbnail. That is nothing but rounded corner. And then how to display the images, these three. I want to show the example. So directly I want to display. Here I want to show the images. See, first see the output, then I will explain once again the code. Yes, this is for the rounded corner. That is actually it can be displayed like this. This is for the circle image. Okay, the image can be displayed as a circle. So the class name called image hyphen circle. This is for the thumbnail. So now this is the code I want to explain. Echo will come. So. Yes. Yes, see the same syntax, whatever I am showing in the PPT, the same thing, lies.jpg, class is equal to image rounded, alternate image is image not display with 200 and then height 200. If you want to increase the size, width and then height, it can be increased 300, and then this is also 300, whatever it is, depends on our requirement. And then class image, some way, this is another image, circle.jpg, image circle, alternative message welcome. The image is not displaying, it's automatically display the welcome message, and then height and then width. Same thing, live.jpg, image thumbnail, alternative message, and then here, say for example, I want to display 500 and then 500. These attributes, height and then width attributes, alternative attribute, SRC attributes are available in HTML also. One of the extra attributes in Bootstrap is called class. This is important. This is not available in HTML. This option is available only in Bootstrap. Like the image will be displaying different shades. That's where then go for the what is called Bootstrap. Now, so the file here, I want to once again refresh. The sizes will different displaying. Here I want to show the 500 and then 500, 200 or whatever it might be, some 300 and 300, the same size here. So whenever it can be increasing the item then width, like HTML, it can be increasing the sizes like this. And in the circle is also, I want to share, say for example, this one is for 400 and then this one is also 400. Save the file. How the image can be displayed like this 400. Okay, and then whatever the sizes, it can be increase or decrease. So this is the Bootstrap images. There are the three types of representation. This is most important thing. This is not at all used in the HTML file. This is the one of the advantage in the Bootstrap. Next, and then these are only 5 the mandatory to include the files. That is for the bootstrap.js file, bootstrap.js file, jQuery file, and then meta characters. These are all already you can include simply this one. If the image is not available, so for example, my file name is not given properly, and then what will happen? You can check out. Welcome message will display. Welcome message. That is called alternative message. That is called image is not displaying properly. Then automatically come into the alternative message. That's what you are using here. Alternative message. JPG. Then the file name is saved. Then come to the file name. Can we display the file name? That's why you can mention the alternative messages. So that's all about the Bootstrap images. These are only 3 classes for using the Bootstrap. Next one. And then the image is completed. Then immediately I move on to the next topic in the Bootstrap is called Jumbotrons. Actually, this is also not available in the HTML. This is also a new topic in the Jumbotrons. Jumbotrons. Actually, this is the new concept is introduced in the like Bootstrap. What is the purpose? What is the Jumbotron? What is the purpose of the Jumbotron? Actually, Jumbotron is the term is represented as a one gray box. Like whatever the important thing is displayed in your website or web page, that indicate one representation of a square box. Whatever the text is important text, separately it can be displayed in your own page or anything. That representation is different representation or regular message. In the regular message, you have to display some important things separately. At that time, you are using the Jumbotron option. That is, Jumbotron is a big gray box used to indicate some text which requires extra attention. Extra attention means some important note you have to display on your website. Directly, the users see that important message. So at that time, you are using one gray box or some extra attention purpose, you are using some extra decoration. At that time, this type of option is available. That is called Jumbotron. Anything that seems to be important can be written inside a Jumbotron. Jumbotron means inside a box to make it appear a big and then noticeable. That information is immediately noticeable to the users. So the box or the text how to insert into the image, into the home page, what are the classes you are using in Jumbotrons, how to use the Jumbotrons in your home page. Here some test, some different steps are required to add the Jumbotron in your home page. Use the Jumbotron class inside a div element. Always whatever you are using, all the elements in the div element only. Write any text inside the div tag, close the div tag. Okay. This is 3 steps are required while writing the Jumbotron. Jumbotron is nothing but one big gray color box. In the gray color box, can write the something message on that box only. That is called Jumbotrons. Here using the class called Jumbotron class, it can be write anything. That text should be included in the box only. Div class is equal to Jumbotron, and then it can be write any content. Div then close. This is the syntax for writing the Jumbotron, and then this is the small example. Okay, this is for the body, text align center, and then this is important thing, division. Class is equal to container. This is discussed for the first class. Container is nothing but this can be fixed for the any device, any devices like the screen, and then class is equal to Jumbotron. Jumbotron you are using, it's automatically displayed some gray box. I am using here H1 tag. Style is equal to color green color. I want to write the text for the green color. Welcome to Jumbotron. And then here it can be write the anything. The data here. Welcome to all provisional and development course or whatever it might be. And then this is also H2 tag. H2 tag. The same thing I want to display. This. Like this message will be displayed. The same thing, this is called, the box is called Jumbotron. The box is called Jumbotron box. And then the message is called H1. And then this is the smaller message. The same thing I want to display using the Jumbotron buttons. Yes. No, this is the extra attention. This is for the box is fully Jumbotron box. This is by default it can be displayed like this. The box cannot be increased or decreased, and the font size can be increased or decreased. Okay, and this is general message. And then I want to show that example. font size is division, class is equal to Jumbotron, and then h1 tag, welcome to the Jumbotron. Here, welcome to, say for example, professional development course or whatever, and then I want to use h2 tag. Here is to tag in between the division. This one only displayed within the box. Within the box, the division tag to this division within the box. This is the another one. As a header. This is for the general tag. This is for its no need to once again write here. Class page header you are using example header page. It can be write something whatever it might be, and then save the program, and then here refresh it. Yes, this is what this box is displaying for the Jumbotron. This is for the ordinary text. It can be write anything, it can be displayed on the bottom of the page. Right. And then whatever the message we displayed here, it can be displayed, or anything within the division tag. Say for example, H3 here, and then today Jumbotron class. Within that box only. Within that box. If you want to increase the text, the box is automatically increasing like this. Don't want to, only some certain default size it can be displayed. Okay. You want to anything, it can be right like this. Same message will display, and then increasing the box size. Increasing the boxes. If you want to write one single line, that representation. If you want to increase the text within the division tag, it's automatically increasing that box size. That is the purpose of the Jumbotrons. So I want to remove these are all things. Once again, so automatically reduce that box size. Reduce the box size. Save the program and then recompile the program. It's automatically reducing. So it depends on that your important content, whatever the important, how much that important, the entire thing, it should be included within the div tag. Those messages displayed within that box. The box is called color box, is called the Jumbotron box. And then remaining message it can be displayed, and then this is regular message, this is the important message. The message is differentiation purpose go for the Jumbotrons. This is the small topic about the Jumbotrons. Right, and then the same thing filled with Jumbotrons, and then under this it can be using fill with means here using the container, as well as one more class called full Jumbotron fluid you are using full width Jumbotron. Jumbotron fluid and then container are the container fluid classes is used to create full width Jumbotron without rounded borders. Actually, you're using, see here, you're using something boxes is here and then rounded corners. Using fill with the entire screen, it can be displayed the rounded corner or whatever it might be. That's what you are using the full width corner, full width Jumbotron. If you want to use this full width Jumbotron, the same thing. Check, verify which display the Jumbotrons. Is it working or not properly? Jumbotron full width. Last container. Last container class Jumbotron fluid, or it might be container fluid you are using. Yes, it can be the entire class. So only the Jumbotron it can be displayed something, and then this is for the full width screen you are using. This is the differences of Jumbotron and then Jumbotron full width. See here, Jumbotron fluid, container fluid. The container fluid it can be displayed the entire screen, that can be represented only some screens, and then the same thing whenever you are using Jumbotron fluid, the class you are using the container fluid. Then whenever the fluid you are using, the entire screen will be displaying. And then this is color combinations, everything that is different. You want to use your color red and then display the color, and then that is for your sake. And then red colors, and then change the color background, everything, and then creativity part. First, let us know how to use it. Then you can go through your creativity part. This is called simply Jumbotron class. There are two important classes in the Jumbotrons. Two important classes. One class for the Jumbotron, second class for Jumbotron with Jumbotron fluid. These are all the two different classes. Jumbotron only half of the screen. This is for the Jumbotron fluid for the full width of the screen. This is the differences between these two. Whatever it's whenever it's required, can go through that particular one. Okay. That's all about the Jumbotron. And then as usual programs, headers and then footers working no problem. And then next important topic called for list. Important topic called list. Actually, in the like HTML, in the HTML, the list groups are two different groups are available: ordered list and then unordered list. They unordered list you are using the OL tag, and then unordered list is used for the UL tag. Then list purpose you are using the LI tag. Same tags are using here, but different classes you are using. Okay, in the list group, always you are using the unordered list only. In the Bootstrap, you are using not at all using the ordered list, but you are using the unordered list only. The list groups are unordered list of items that have a special padding on each item of the borders. Actually, individual list, it's represented as a different padding. That is one list followed by the line, and then second list followed by the line, third list followed by the line representation, and then box representation. It will be displayed. Actually, in the HTML, only dots representation, so not padding representation in the HTML. Here, using the class, it can be represented as a padding representation. To use them, you will need to add list group class on the unordered list. The UN tag is used for the unordered tag, and also the class called list group item on each element li tag. Right here, two classes are required. List purpose, who are using the class called list group, that is called how many list can use in the group. So the class, one of the class called list group. The list group is applicable on the UI tag, and then list group item, this is applicable for the li tag. Two classes. Okay. These two are not available. These classes are not available in the HTML. Only UL and then LI are both should be available. And then extra things in the Bootstrap classes should be available. Right? And here, and then the small example, and then starts with the UL class. Each and everything here class. Okay? Don't forget this one. Bootstrap is always treated as a class. Whenever it's required, the attribute class, it can be mentioned the class name. These are all classes are pre-compiled classes. Whenever you are install the Bootstrap, download and then extract the class, all the classes were extracted in the Bootstrap folder. It can be imported here only. That's what directly I am using class. Class is equal to list group. List group. This is the list group is applicable only the UL, that is unordered list. That are called unordered list. The applicable list hyphen group. Then one more class name. This is the li is for the list tag. The group called list group item. And then this is the list. And then CSCIT, and then this will be displayed on the screen. That is home page, it will be displayed. Each and every item end with the closing tag. Finally, that is unordered list closed. Unordered list under the UA list. List purpose are in list tag, list group class, and then list that is for unordered list. One list purpose you are using list group item class. Remember these class names. Don't forget these class names. And then it will be displayed like this. This is called padding. See here, this is one padding. This is another padding. This is the padding. This is the padding like this. Here, the list will display like this. Here, actually, in the HTML, the padding is not displaying in the HTML. Using Bootstrap, the extra thing is padding is displaying. The same thing I want to show in practical representation. I will display practical representation list group. Jumbotrons close, different images close. Next, list group. Okay, this is, it can be displayed like this. I want to show the code. This is close. So many options are available. This is the initial option. UL class will close. See, the same thing. Class list group. Class is always, don't forget this one. The using class always mention the container. And then this is for the heading purpose. I am using this one. Bootstrap list, it is forgetting. And then this one is our important thing. And then list group, LI, list group item CSC, list group item ECE, list group item. And then I want to add one more list here. And then one more I want to add here. Say for example, and then one more example. So we will in here it can be refresh the program. See, if you want to insert the values, it can be display the padding. This is called padding list, and then this is called unordered list of Bootstrap. Unordered list of the Bootstrap, and then this is having the different variations. I will explain you how the disabled list and then active list, how it will be represented. And then these are all in-depth of the list. I will show you the individually something. Okay. And then this is the small, and then later on you go for the in-depth. And then next one, how to the list is active and then disabled. What are the classes are available for the active list and then disable list. Here two classes are important in dot active to a list group item. In the list group item, what is the list is the active list, and then what is the list is for the disabled. Okay. And then the list called dot active represented as a, and in that particular list, one of the item is active, and then it indicates the current active section. Similarly, you can add dot disabled to a list group item to make look like a disabled. Active is nothing but it's represented as highlighted. Disable is nothing but the list is displaying light variation. Disable item it's represented. Okay, and then as usually URL list group item. This is called width. Width of 50% of width, and then whatever mentioned or not, it's no problem. List group item, list group, and then the pictures is a active part. Okay, I want to separate mention active, and then list group item documents, music, and then videos. So for example, this is another group. This is another group. Okay, the picture is active, and then videos is for the disabled list. I want to display representation of the size of the box. This is for the width is display what is the size it can be represented. The same thing I want to show the active and then disabled. this one. See you. List group as usually. Then class is equal to list group item. I am mentioning here add to. And then one of the my in the list called pictures as usually documents. Music list group item disabled. Videos disable అయి ఉండాలి. And then pictures is for the active representation. Okay. And then I want to add one more thing. Say for example, okay. Noise. So, noise I want to delete disable. See the differences between these two. Is it visible? Light variation. See the difference. This is the dark one. This is the dark one. Picture representation is this one. So this is active. This is disabled. And then this is active mode. That is the regular mode. Not for the active. This is separately active mode, regular mode, and then this is for the disabled. See, we verify. This is some light. Okay. And then I will show you. First remove this one disable, then you can differentiate between them. Then you can identify. See, so this is in the regular mode. It's a dark mode. Documents, music, and then mode. No, I want to apply the disable now. See the differences between. I want to disable for the movies. Disable. Check now how the differences between the disable and then active. See, like now this is representation as a disabled. This is not clicking here, right? And then videos, if picture is not active, how it will be represented. Verify. Save. Regular mode. Regular mode, this is the disable mode. Now I want to apply here picture, and that is the active mode. That is the active mode. So this is the differentiation of active and then disable. In the list items, this is the active mode, regular mode, and then this is the disable mode. Right? This way it can be represented. Everything, the list is represented as a grid mode along with two attributes. One more class is called active and then disable. These are all the extra features in the Bootstrap is called active and then disable in the list. Right. And then next one, what are the different features are available? One more features in the list. And then linked items. How the list can be linked to the another item. That is for the link modify list group items by using the anchor tag instead of the list items. Right. Actually, list is the link between in the HTML also. It can be using the anchor tag. Anchor tag gets reference, give that particular one, and then go for the next item. Like that, you are also using the anchor tag, but it means as the parent, that is also means that parent div instead of the URL. Yeah, directly it can be give the div tag and then followed by the individual anchor tags. No need to individual pairings around of the each of the element. I will show you in the directly example. Model list. In case of a list group with link items, the disabled class only make link to the like disabled. Whenever the link is applicable for the disabled, it should not go for the link. This is all active or regular only. The link is applicable. So, for example, div class is equal to list group. This is starting list group, and then href is applicable for the what is called UL. Okay, no need of representation of UL and then LI tag. UL means unordered list, and then here LI. Okay, it's not directly representation of UL and then LI, directly div and then the tag is used to represent the linked items or list items. List items with a link. It's not using UL and then LI tag, directly div and then anchor tag you are using the list. This is the hash is represented here. It can be given any file name here. If not mention the file name, it can be represented as a hash symbol. That is represented here. Link is available. If you mention a file name, give that file name dot any extension. If you are not mention the file name, simply give the hash symbol. So whenever you can give the hash symbol, this is represented as the list. Okay. So here different classes are available. Using disabled. So the list is not not go for the link. Not go for the link. That's what I am using here. Disable for the extra attribute in the link items. Okay. And the same thing. This is also I will show in the example point of view here. See here. Okay, here list group.
आपका मैन टाइप
list group. Not at all using the UL tab. Directly I can using the division tab. Within the division tab, list group. List. And then href in place of I am using some file name. Class is equal to list group item add to. See, please, all the participants, please mute yourself. Please, all of you, a small request. Please mute yourself. Some disturbance going on here. Something chit-chatting. Is right. In the list group, in place of UL and then LI, directly you can use the division tag and then anchor tag. And then hash in place of represented, you can give the file name, that is the active mode, using active mode, as well as disable. The list is not activated. That's what you are using disable tag. Okay, and then active and then disable as well as the list. And then see here in the example, this is the active mode. So link, and this is the link, this is the link. See the cursor point. This is the hand, but this is not the link. Why? Because here I am using the disable. So the cursor is your hand representation. Go for the link, and then I am give some the link. Okay, and then here and representation that is represented as a link representation. Okay, so that is active representation. This is go for some I am going for the some another page, next page. Okay, this is I am going for the another page, and then some you see some another page representation, some link purpose. This is for the another page representation, and then this is for the disable. See the differences between active and then disable. Disable it's not working. So for example, I am removing your disable. How the difference between disable and then active? Here and then save the file and then refresh the program. So disable it's working. So working okay. This is the see the cursor here. Hand representation. Whenever the hand representation treated as link is available. Link is available. This is link is available. This is link is available. Link is available. Link is available. Especially this is more active part. Whenever I am giving the disable, disable I mentioned. Here I am not mention any class name or any file name. Simply it can be displayed the same page. Okay. And then whatever I am giving a file name here, go for that particular file names. Go for that particular link. Okay. And then save the file once again. Refresh. Simply refresh. So this is disabled. This is the link with active and then disabled. The list is not displaying. Yes, all the participants go for the break. for 10 minutes. I will join within 10 minutes.
మీకు అనుకున్నారు కదా
All the participants come back again. Then it's over the previous class for the link items. Link items purpose we are using LL. So the H reference and then followed by the final. Yes. How the link will get removed and then how the link was disabled. These are all discussed in place of UL and then LI directly using the division tag and then its reference tags. Okay, then afterwards you can go for the list group with checkboxes and then radio buttons. How to use the link, say for example, button in place of checkboxes and then radio buttons. Bootstrap custom checkboxes and then radio buttons with your list group items. List group items. So whenever if you want to give in front of the list, you can put the checkboxes or the radio buttons. As usually, label is nothing but the message display on the display that's called label you are using, and then class name, list group item, and then how to write in the forms in the HTML. Input type is equal to, can write the checkboxes and then radio buttons. Like that you are also input type is equal to checkbox. Class name, the important form -check input. Form -check input. Now the class is used for between it can be write the checkbox. Okay, and then like that it can be write all the checkboxes individually. Is like that radio button also. Input type is equal to radio. Form check hyphen input, and then mail the radio buttons used only true or false purpose can be checked only one thing. That's what you are using male or female purpose. How it will be display the check boxes and then radio buttons. Go through your program representation here. Yes, sir. Is not clear. This is Anand. So this is so input type is equal to checkbox, class is equal to form check input, and then this is for the one of the main class for writing the checkbox icons. Okay, and the second one, this is for the radio buttons purpose. Type is equal to radio, and then input type is equal to checkbox. The list in front, okay, it can be right checkbox represented as a square box, radio buttons represented as a like circle. Okay, it can be each and every list represented as checkbox and then radio buttons. How it can be represented? So say the file here and then go to the program, refresh, and then this is for the music and then travel. In the list, this is called checkbox representation, and then this is called checkbox representation. This is male or female, either only one, it can be accepted. That's what this can be represented as a radio buttons. The list in front, it can be represented checkboxes. So here the class is called here input type is equal to checkbox. Here also input type is equal to radio. That is called represented. This is called checkbox. This is called radio buttons. And this is called a list. And then you are using the class for here form check input, and then either radio or check boxes. The class name should be the same. Form check in, and then the input type are different, but class is for the same for the checkboxes purpose. This is one of the option for the list boxes. And then second one for you are using and the next item called the check and then radio buttons. It's not necessary for the theoretical, but directly go for the practical check and then radio buttons. And the next important thing is for the contextual classes. Yeah, the contextual classes is always represented as a color combination purpose. Individual list is represented as a different color. First item is one color. Second item is represented as another color. Third list is represented as a third color. The purpose you can go for these contextual classes. The contextual classes can be used to a color list items. Color list items. To use them, it will need to add a list group item as an ordered list, and then list group item on each list. As usually in the previous class, like unordered list, the class is called list group class. A list group is list group item, same previous item, and then but you are mentioned the list group item. Success is one color, info is another color, and then warning is another color, danger is another color. This is called color representation of list group item. See here, unordered list class is equal to list group, like basic example of a list group, and then class li class is equal to list group. This is general basic example. And then list group item followed by the success. This is called color representation of different colors. This class is for the another color representation. This class is for the this individual class for the different color representations. This is for the basic representation. UL unordered list class called a list group, and then list is class is equal to list group. This is up to now basic list representation, but I am using here different color representation purpose. List group item success. This is one color representation. I will show you directly in the example point of view what is this success color representation. Info is different color representation. Warning is another different color. Danger is another color representation. So here output is there is no output. Then directly I will explain you in the this is for the color representation. This is one color. This is another color, third color, and then fourth color. Individual group, it can be represented as different colors. And then see here. Yes. Unordered list, list group, and then list group. If I want to remove this one, it can be displayed without any color. Without any color, check it is color is there or not. Once verify here, previously color is there, so there is no color. This is general representation of basic representation of a list. I want to apply the color representation of individual list. Can be using list. I want to remove these two dangers. These two. Now we all it will be display C. Remove this one. Then I want to remove only a two color representation. These two is not display the color representation. So if you want to mention individual colors, can be represented whatever it can be. Depends on the list, depends on the requirement, depends on the item weightage. This color is represented so and so, this color represented so and so. That is user friendly. That is our list is for effectively and then attractively purpose. You are using this type of attributes you are using. So this one only I will give you. So this is called contextual classes in the list. How many classes you are mentioned? 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5 classes are important. So these are all for the success, info, warning, and then danger. These are all applicable for the individual list group items. That's all about the list. In the list, basic list you are using. But finally, I will give the little bit summary about the list. What you learned in the list. Okay, general, this is basic group. Here it can be applicable for the color combination. The list, there are mainly important for list group and then list group item. These are all the two classes used in the list. And the list group is used for the ordered list. List group item is used for the LI. And then remaining active and then disable. Same thing, active and then disable in the list. And then third one is for the linked items. And then here also active and then disable. Third one is for the checkbox. Fourth one check boxes and then radio buttons on the list group. And then fourth one for the contextual classes. These are all classes are applicable in the list group items in the Bootstrap classes. That's all about the list. And then next topic, move on to the next one for the Bootstrap classes. Okay, next Bootstrap cards. So what is the card out? What is the purpose of the card? Where exactly use it the cards? Actually, already learned the Jumbotrons, right? What is the Jumbotron? Jumbotron is presented as a gray color box. Whatever you can mention that text, it should be included in the gray color box. That is special some representation purpose you are using like that. The card is also, it can be represented as a some square box, not the gray color box. It's only the what is called square box representation. The code is a flexible and extensible content container. And the flexible only the square box representation, that is for flexible. Whatever the message, it can be inserted. The box can be the increase. How much of text it can be inserted in the box. The box can be the increased. The text can be deleted. The box can be the reduced. Okay. If you want to type single line, the single line text only display some box only. It includes the different options are available for edits and then folders. Wide variety of content, contextual backgrounds, colors, powerful display options are available in the card. Not only that box, it can be included, can be right the header box and then footer box and then different backgrounds are available. That square box that containing the, there are two different classes are available. First one, the outer wrapper box is called, you are using the class called dot card class. Mainly for card purpose, you are if you want to display some simply empty box purpose, you are using the class called dot card. The same, if you want to insert the body of that text using the card body card dot card hyphen body. Okay. This is two important basic classes are imported in the Bootstrap, and then it can be included in the body. It can be write the different content. The content is a wide variety of content. It can be inside the images, text, list, and then all the box, check boxes, radio buttons, groups, links, whatever it can be included in the body part, it can be included, all those things. Okay, and then each and everything are in the different classes. The main class only dot code class and then dot code body class. Using these two classes, it can be right here. First, discuss the body code, how to write the body, how to display on the home page the body code. The building block of code is the dot code body. Use whenever you need to padding section within a code. The padding is nothing but one square box it can be displayed. Simply I want to display code. This is main class. And then I want to write body. Within that body it can be write in rating. So these two are important. It can be write any message. The message display in the code. That's what you are using. I don't want to write any extra decoration. Simply display it here. Now I want to show that this is called code and then only one message. Using tag under the what is called code body. Write any text is using close. Final get using close. This is small basic example. Simple. H1 code I want to display. Okay, this is the heading and then using basic just code I want to display. Code body. Here you can write something or simply welcome to code body. Save the program. This one. Don't go for this one. This one I will explain later. And then you can see only this one. Code is a heading. And then welcome to code body. This is called one box. This is called code. Simply empty square box. Right? Under that, whatever the message. What is the difference between Jumbotron and this one? Jumbotron is a gray color box. This is only empty box. This is only the differences between that and this. Empty box, what are the messages included here? All the messages it can be included within that empty box. I want to write something here. You want to mention here H1 and then all the HTML elements it can be mentioned here. H1 tag like this. I want to write here H2 tag. Whatever the message it can be mentioned. Say for example, that is here. Welcome to web application development. Application development and then close H2 element. can mention anything within that box. Save the program and then run the program. This should be included in the that I can mention here H1 tag. This is the H2 tag. That's what it can be mentioned like this, right? Yeah, it can be. If you don't want to mention H1, this is also H2. H2. You want to insert any text in this body, this can be increasing like Jumbotrons. And then if you want to delete only the message only within the square box only, it will be displayed. Under that, you can write so many examples are there, like how to write the titles and then text and the links in that box. You will using how to write the like the images in the card, how to write the links in the card, and I will discuss all those things in this session. And then this is simply how to write the card, what is the card, what is the body, and then how to insert the text in the card body. Okay, this is the simple basic one, and then go on to the in-depth for the this one. Okay, now how to write the titles, text, and then links in the card body. The card titles are used by adding card title class. This is here you can remember all the so many classes are available. These classes are all predefined or combined classes. Using these classes can be write the programs. Okay, H1 in place you are using card title. Previous you are using H1 that is represented as a title. Now in the card session you are using card title tag in place of H1. The same way, links are added to a place in the next to each other. Card link to the anchor tag. Anchor tag place you are using the card link. See the differences between there you can using anchor tag, that is H reference you are using, but directly you are using the code link. This is one of the predefined class, that is code link. H1 in place of you are using code title tag. So it's not class. This is a class, this is another class. And then if you want to mention subtitles, that is called H2, H3, H4, like that, so on up to H6 are the heading tags. H1 to H6 is the heading tags. In place, it can be using the subtitle tags. Okay, that is the class called subtitle. Okay, and then code title and then code subtitles are in place of the body items. Okay, code title, and then like that it can be using CEO. And then all the how many classes are represented here? First one card is one class, second one card body is another class, and then in the card body you are using card title is one class, and then second class called class link, class subtitle. Now here different classes are available using all the classes here in this one. Okay, title, and then class card. Under the card you are using body, div tag, class body. Next one H for class title, class title, card title, and then paragraph, class text. This is one more class called class text, and then code link. So these are all using H reference in place of you are using class called class link. Okay, and then using these are all predefined classes, called title, called text, called link, called body, and then called. These are all links are available whenever you are installing the Bootstrap. In that folder is called CSS folder, right? These are all the classes should be included in the CSS folder. These are all it can be import here. Import means at the header section, bootstrap.css file is it. Whenever it can be write that file, these are all automatically incorporated in your program. Right? Same thing I want to show the example here. Same now come to here. Card body, card title, and then card text, card link. Okay. Now it can be displayed. Save the provision. See, this is for card. This is for the links. See here links, and then this is for the card title. This is for the card text. Want to write something? Card title. Card title. Title, some text here. Today with application development class in which so for example, I want to write this text and then links here. I want to write link. So for example, PDP and then here WAD link. See here. Card title, today WAD class. I think now it's visible. Now it's visible. This is for the card title. This is for the heading I am given. H1 tag. This is for the H1 tag. H1 titles and then text and then links. And then this is for the card title. Card title, welcome to the card title. Welcome to the card title. That can be represented in the square box. Don't forget the square box. Now, whenever starts with the card body, now starts with the square box here. Title it's not having the square box. Now starts with whenever starts with the class is equal to card. So automatically coming from the square box. In the square box, card body, card title, and then card text, and the card text, and then card link. Whenever your H reference in place of it can be adding class called card link and then card link here. And the same thing here can be represented as a card link. The arrow and see here and representation as a link. This is also a link. Simply it can be right, the card can be represented like this. Especially these are all used for effectively design of home page. Whenever it's required, wherever it's required, this type of representation in our own case can be showing like this. Whenever it's required important message using the Jumbotrons, whenever only some message represented like this, it can be using the code title and then links. And then next one, and then how to insert the image as a card. Okay, here the image can be like either the text or the text can display bottom, then the text display on the image. Two ways can be represented, right? Say for example, our college websites and then faculty profiles image followed by the text message is there. Some image on the text is there. Two ways representation. Okay, at that time you are using code image top or code image bottom. The code image bottom is represented as the text can be displayed bottom of the image. The code image top is nothing but the text displayed on the image. This is the two differences of bottom and then bottom. Like top, place the image at the top or bottom inside the code. Note that we have added the image outside of the code body. Okay, here class already you know code. This is for week. Okay, leave this one, and then image class is equal to code image top. See the class name here. Code image top. Our class name like image, like some image file, and then this is alternative message. All the same thing, and then second one class body, and then in the body it can be write some message like this. Okay, whatever it can be write the like it can be write, and then this is for some profile it can be write. Profile it can be write the same thing. This is for the top. See here top, and then this is for the bottom of the image. Directly I will show you. See now, this is the image, and the image can be displayed like this name and then see profile, nothing but that is for it can be display our profile. Okay, and then here it can be display your image followed by name and then qualification and then our profile name. In this point of view, it can be represented like this. I want to go for the program here. Yes, see, code image top, and that is in the code. This is the square representation. Square representation is it visible? Square can be seen. Yes. Yes. This is the square representation. See, in the square representation, image can be displayed top, and then message also can be displayed in the downwards. It can be right this one. Okay, and then like that. This is for overlay. The image display and the text display on the image. Now go for here. First see the example, then it will be easy for you. And then code image top. Okay. This is for image name, and then alternative message. Okay, this is here. Code image overlay is another class name. Turn on image in the code background, and use the card image overlay. Okay, that is nothing but here. This is image as a background. Image as a background. On the image, it can be displayed your profile like this. On the, whenever if you want to display like this, it can be using the class called image overlays like this. Image overlay. So, code image top is one class. This is a class name, and then as usual SS is equal to file name, the display file name, alternative message. These are all predefined attributes for the image tag. Now the important for class name, and then it can be using class called class image overlay, and then card title, card text, and bottom BTM, and then primary. The primary is for the color representation here. Whatever the color, primary is nothing but color representation. I don't want to use this one. This color representation. See the profile. Yes, change. I want to change it. See you. That representation, the box representation purpose, this one. What is called this one primary, and then this one BTN hyphen primary. Okay, and then if you want to change primary in place of secondary, change that color representation. This is the profile, and then whatever it might be, that the purpose you are using, primary or secondary or danger, and then whatever it might be, danger color representation, change different colors. The same thing here overlay also can be represented primary or danger. This is also the same thing. These are all the two image insertions. Image insertion at the top of the card, and then down for the image like text, and then image overlay, and then top of the card on the image, the text on the image. This can be displayed. That the purpose you are using image overlay. These are all the two types of image insertion in the card. And then next one for colors representation. And there are the different colors we were adding, different background colors. Okay, to add the background colors, the code use the contextual classes. Say for example, background colors. The code is nothing but one representation of a square box. The square box is for the different colors, background colors. that is BG-primary. BG is nothing but background color. Success is for one color. BG-info, BG-warning, danger, secondary, dark and then light. Background color, success, background. Using these are all colors, it can be represented as different colors. The same program, class, code body, okay, and some basic codes. Now in the division, code busy color, busy hyphen primary color, text white color, text white, okay, and the background color based on the text color it can be mentioned. Background color ఏముండాలి, దానిపైన టెక్స్ట్ ఏ కలర్ ఉండాలి. యువర్ సక్సెస్ టెక్స్ట్ కలర్ వైట్, background from primary are different colors, and then different columns. Directly I will show you the example for this one. Text color white. See, primary, this is for one color. On the text white color, this is green. On the white color, this is different blue color on the white color, and then this is different ways. This is horizontal representation. The code is represented as a horizontal representation, right? Now your basic code, the class code is the color primary, text white in place of it can be represented red or whatever it might be, okay, and then red or blue. Already success ఏముంది, success means green. So here it can be represented blue. See, first it can be changed. Primary text color, yellow it came or not, I will try it. Some basic one it will be displaying. Record primary code.
No, good flag. A for
By default, what it is? First default.
A for
Default color. By default, black. By default. By default, color. If I want to mention the text white. Why? Because it's not working. Where it's not working properly. Can you all of you taking white color? We'll see you later. Okay, but in different backgrounds. Easy info is one color, success is one color, primary is one color, and then what are the different colors? Primary for blue, success for green, info for different blue, wearing is for red color. These are all represented as for the horizontal representation. The same thing I want to represent it as a column representations. How it can be represented as a column representations. Okay, then go for the column representations, and then the not card column representation. It can be create some like grid representation, and that is the class called card-column representation. And then the layout will automatically exist as we insert more cards. I want to insert more cards means one column, second column, third column. So I want to insert two columns, only two representation. Whenever I want to insert more, it's automatically adjust the screen and then display the adjustable columns. Okay, and then here the class called card-columns, card-column, and then as usual different columns displaying as the different backgrounds. Okay, busy color, and then card body test center. These are all different classes you are using. And then card body, card text, these are all the whatever you are using can be used. The main motto is for the card column. Under the card column, background for the primary, under the card body, text for the text center, card text, first card. See my here all the classes. First column, background color, under the body, under the text. These are all the classes. Okay, check whatever you are writing, card text you are writing, card body you are writing, background you are writing, column you are writing. Verify what I am writing. You are writing text or a body or a background. Based on that, you can insert the columns in the card column. Same thing, go for the next card columns. Card columns here, card column, busy color, that is some primary color, body I want to write center. What is the text? Some text inside a text. Control right. Or column. Or column like this. This is horizontal representation. This is column representation. This is one column. Like that, you can write n number of columns like this. So automatically adjustable to the screen. Automatically adjustable. Like here, I want to write some different columns. This is one column completed. This is for the another column. Third column 1. Check. Column 2. column 3. I want to display column 1, column 2, and then column 3. These columns for horizontal representation of cards. This is the column representation of cards. Dark and then primary, it's not necessary. That's all about the columns. Yes. And then that's all about the columns. In the columns, what you learned here, first how to write card. In the card, there are different ways. First, you want to write the card under the card body. Then afterwards, card title, card text, card subtitles, and then links, card horizontally, primary background colors, and then insert the images, the image under the text, and then overlay purpose, the image, the text on the image, how to write the image, and then the chords are represented as horizontally and the chords represented as vertical representation is nothing but a columns. That's all about the chords. These are all so many classes are available in the classes. Please remember all the classes. See chord image top, chord image overlay, and these are all the classes, predefined classes. For title purpose, you are using the card title. If you want to mention the text, you insert on the card text. These are all the, while using the card, so many classes are available. While writing the Bootstrap, you have to remember all the classes. Then only the website, it's a more clear and then effective and then attractively designed. Based on these basic concepts, you can write different pages and then different images. That's all about the today's class. Today, whatever discussed for the images, Jumbotrons, and then cards. The mainly Jumbotron and then cards are little bit different. Jumbotrons is only the gray color square box, and then card is for the white color box, and then can be insert so many things like entire body, whatever the body, all the links, all the formatting tags inserted in the body. So today's session it's completed for my side, and then it might be afternoon. Go for the, these are all the practical sessions. Do it for the list. Okay. And then I will take over the host. Yes, you have any doubts, you can ask me. Now I will unmute yourself, and then you can ask. Any queries, you can send in chat box. unmute yourself and then ask me anything, any queries for this session. Later, I will forward you the material through either chat box or WhatsApp group. Is anyone any queries? You can ask either directly or in the chat box. For today's session queries. Today and yesterday also. If there is no queries, shall I wind up? Unmute yourself and then you can ask me. Okay. Today's session close. Thank you for attending, and then afternoon session starts from 2 o'clock. You can join at the 2 o'clock. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.